that sound means the audio's live, and welcome to Match Day 2 review. I forget everything. OCC 3A, 3C, 3C, 3C. Did I put 3? I put 3A again
You
in
put
the
3A in the
fucking
title, yeah.
chat. God's sake. And I'm joined by Dreamland because is it Dreamland or Dreamland Gaming? Dreamland.
Dreamland,
Right.
Dreamland. It's just that in-game is gaming.
Okay. Dreamland. There. Done. Right. We're ready. Match Day 2 recap with Dreamland. Say hello, Dreamland.
Hello.
Have a
Thanks for
good.
having me again. I'm
That's no
becoming
problem.
a
Thanks for
regular at this
coming
point.
on. Yeah, a regular contributor. It's good. How are you? You had a good week?
Yeah, busy. I've actually had to be going to work,
Oh my god,
which is
that sounds
ridiculous.
awful.
But yeah, it has been. But apart from that, all good.
That's not too bad. Well, I'm happy to say all my COVID-infected children are now back at school. Um, so yeah, so things are looking up. I think that today's the first day I've not had any children in the house for about it feels like 2 weeks. So yeah, that's really good news here. Right, let's get 3C up then, and we'll have a look. So we've got 5 games to cover. And I don't know if anyone did see the recap that I did yesterday, but we're amazingly able to do it in, I think, just over 5 minutes over an hour. So yeah, 65 minutes, I should say.
Challenge
So
accepted.
yeah, we steamed through them, Danton and I, and then old Boomer came on a bit later on, and yeah, caused a delay. Anyway, let's have a look at this. So what we're going to do today, we're going to go through the games in order as you can see them here. I have got Dice or Not, I think, ready to go, though I might have to faff with it a bit. But it's good because I obviously played a game, and Dreamland, who's obviously on, played a game as well. So that's 2 games covered at least. I've looked at Goblins versus Hit Me Baby One More Time, and I've looked at Ali Riders versus Temporary High game as well. The only one, oh no, I've looked at the Pale Penguins versus Silver Lords. I've not looked at Goblins versus Hit Me Baby One More Time. So we might have to do a bit of live analysis of that, but that'll be fun. Not sure.
Yep.
Um, anyway, onto your game. So Gassy Gang versus Goth Gougers. You won 1-0, so that's a great result.
Yeah, like the end result, I'm very happy with. It was very pillow fisted for Orcs versus Nurgle game, but yeah, it sort of went well. It sort of the strength on that Orc team is a nightmare to deal with as Bash. Like I think if this was a division that was more Bash heavy than it is, I think that team would be a lot stronger because I think there's 7 or 8 strength 4 or higher players on the pitch at any time. It's just so hard to get an advantage anywhere.
Yeah, let's have a look at the team quickly. I'll just bring up the team on Spike here. So yeah, so we've got the Strength 4 Blitzer, another Blitzer who's Strength 4, and then you've got a lineman as well who's got unfortunately got block as well. He's Strength 4. And does he have a troll? Yeah, he does have a troll, but it's a rookie one, so not too
Yeah,
much
so it's
there.
8 4 or higher players.
Yeah, that is tough to deal
All
with
these.
because you haven't quite got the guard to cope with that yet, have you? I mean, you've got 4,
I've
which
got
is pretty
4,
good.
but one's on a rotter as well. That's hard to sort of leave in a when there's so much
Yeah,
mighty blow around. It's hard to sort of leave in the fight.
yeah, it's kind of asking for trouble, that is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Really.
so it
But
was a tough one to sort of get an advantage going.
I saw you. So
Um,
you did go for Claw on your pest, and it looks
yeah,
like he got 2 casualties. So that's pretty good.
it was on 2 crucial players as well that let me score in the first half. So it was 2 of the blitzers, one the strength foot. It's like the level 5 blitzer as well. So it was sort of. I think I ended up only having to score against 7 by the end of my half, which was, I
Okay.
think, critical to be able to do it.
Yeah. Is there any critical turns you want us to look at all? The
So
analysis
it's
of them.
6. My 6, I left a ball sack on, and then when it wasn't taken, it sort of gave me the space to get up the side and score. So I
Right.
left it there. You can see like the rotter there, and his. So as I'm looking at it, 2 squares to the right, Blitzer could just
Yeah.
dodge out at the end of this turn, dodge into the square south of him, and
Right.
just have
Oh
4
yeah.
dice on
Sorry.
the
I should.
ball because it's
I should.
strength up as well.
Yeah. So that's the end state on your turn 6, right? So you got so
Oh, so then
Probeans.
it was 5 then that
Sorry,
I made the
5. Right.
mistake on
Sorry.
to leave it open, and then once that wasn't taken, it let me sort of just roll round. But if he'd got in and taken the 3 plus there and got a knockdown on the 4
Yeah.
dice,
So he's there. So
it would
yeah.
have
So it's a
made,
dodge out here, and then 2 dice on him because he's
yeah.
yeah strength 4. This one here. So yeah, it's 3+, and then has he got dodge as well? No, but he
Yeah.
had
So
he had
I put the Pesty on the wing, 1 square 2 far. It should have been in
He
the
should be in
square
that
sort of
the one
north
highlighted, in fact, isn't it? Yeah.
northwest of it. Yeah. But
Oh,
I
well,
moved it earlier and thought I was going to be further across, but
he
that's,
didn't see it, did he? I don't think so.
no. And then it let me sort of just roll up the side. He never recovered. He sort of just took blocks in the central area
Yeah.
and then let me just roll up the
Oh
side
man.
from there.
Well, that's easily done, isn't it? In the heat of the moment, you don't see everything.
Oh, 100%. And it
Comes
was
up.
I made a mistake, and then he made a mistake, and it sort of the drive. If either of us hadn't have done it, it would have been completely different from there on out. If we hadn't done it, so yeah, that was sort of the critical. Apart from that, it was just him hitting with mighty blow and me hitting with claw. Really,
Yeah.
there wasn't much else in that half. And then
He received second half.
yeah,
Um,
played much better, I think, in the second half, but um, didn't move forward enough and left himself in quite a difficult position the last couple turns.
Okay, let's have a quick look. So turn 11, yeah, he's still not really in your half, is he? And 12. I mean, again, we talked about this, and I've just turned my mic up, Core Night, so hopefully that's a bit better. And hey, Tom, as well. Thanks for watching. Yeah, we talked about this in the championship game that Core Night and I and Danton looked at yesterday, where one of the Brett coaches, he didn't really advance at all. And again, turn 13, I mean, he's not got, he's got what the troll in your half? And really, you
Yeah,
want to. I mean, ideally, I mean, I know it's easy to say, but it doesn't always happen. But you want a little cage, don't you, or a pocket, or something, or an option in your half there. I mean, again, I'll try and keep it at the end state here in his turn 14, and I'm just going to show you the mouse now. All this space here, which is behind your kind of line. I mean, you've got what 3 KOs.
yeah,
The Bsoff. What was that? What was that for? Did he get hurt and
yeah,
then
yeah. He got hurt and regened.
regen? Okay, and you got a badly hurt warrior as well. So he's got 2 badly hurt. So he's kind of got the numbers now.
He had a bench.
Yeah,
All of mine are from the second half, so I think I've only got 8 on the
yeah.
pitch
1, 2, 3,
against
4,
his
5,
11.
6, 7, 8. So I mean, again, I know it's hard because it's the game's happening. But I mean, look at this real estate all around here. I love saying real estate; it makes me sound like I know what I'm talking about. But all this stuff around here that he needs to move into, but instead he's just trying to plough through you, and that might have worked in turn 10, 11, but we're turn 14 now, and you really need to get moving up, don't you? Like you were saying, and then
Yeah,
turn 15, and and again critically at the end of turn 15, where's his scoring threat there? Do you know what I mean? He hasn't got one, has he? So
so he's got to do 3. I think it's 3
3
GFIs still on the
GFIs.
thrower or a handoff to get anyone in. He got some
1,
big
2,
knockdowns on this
3,
turn to
4,
get some
5,
people in range.
6. I mean, that's 2 GFIs, right, for this
Yeah,
one guy. But he's only got 1 threat, and it's coming
yeah,
into your turn. So who are you going to blitz there? Do you know what I mean? You push him 1 square away, and he can't score.
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So yeah, which I'm guessing that's
And
what he
here,
did.
the original plan was the most northern on the way we're looking at lineman
Yeah.
is move 6. He was going to hand off there and then
Right.
head to the far wing where I wouldn't have been able to reach.
Right.
But he forgot about disturbing presence, so the
Ah.
handoff
Okay.
was a 5. So then decided just to stick with putting that 1 scoring threat in, which I think at that point he had to go for the 5
I think
as
you've got
well.
to go for the 5, haven't you?
I think
Absolutely.
if you've made that mistake, you then have to follow it through.
Yeah.
I don't think I think he pulled out and just left me with 4 dice to knock down that blitzer. And if I'd knocked it down on any of the 4 dice, it was just game over.
Yeah. I think it was, wasn't it? So you got him down straight away and stunned too. So yeah, that was it.
But yeah, all I needed,
and
I had
then
4 dice to get anything there, so it was fine.
And that's nice. You got your own scoring threat in as well, which is nice. Always good to see. You move Phosphine by the look of it into range, but I don't think it turned into anything.
No, he just once he couldn't score, he just
Yeah, he
shielded the ball off and wouldn't
Yeah,
let me
fair
counter
enough.
score. Yeah,
All right, cool. Well, yeah, good victory really. Because going into that, it was perhaps a bit harder because there was a lot of mighty blow, wasn't there? But if I just go back to the Spike result, F11 that as well, so it's a bit bigger. Yeah, you can see your team got off fairly lightly. I mean, there's no permanence there, is there? So that's really
one
good.
badly hurt. The only thing that didn't regen was a badly hurt, so completely unscathed. and I think all he took was an MNG. So in a
Yeah,
Bash versus Bash matchup, I think
yeah.
long term that's what everyone will take.
Yeah, that's horrible for a non-bash coach. You want total destruction of both teams, but unfortunately, it seems to anyway rarely happen. I know it does happen, but it's not happened yet, so that's quite good. Um, yeah, your super rotter again. He gets the most points according to Spike, which is great for his touchdown and 2 blocks. I mean,
Yeah, I wasn't particularly happy with the
scoring on
SPP
him.
distribution because yeah, it was a score on the rotter that needs no real SPP and 2 Cas on the claw that I really would have preferred. I tried to get to a position to hand off to one of the project pesties in
Yeah,
the first half, but I just never felt safe enough a 1 in 9 fail would have resulted in not scoring. So
yeah, and especially just a 1-0. You don't really want to risk it, do you, for that first score? For the second, if you did get the ball off, then that the other guy in range
yeah,
was the Project Pesty, wasn't he? So
yeah.
that's quite good. I'll have a look at him. I don't think he got any levels. Maybe on the MNG one actually, and yeah, he got a few more SPP than you. So yeah, it just does show his Mighty Blows was working a bit. But more importantly is the scores. So I'm just going to put you in under Danton here. So after this week, then, did anyone score points on a Dreamland win? I mean, presumably you scored. You
No, I
bet on
didn't
yourself. Oh, you didn't?
actually.
Oh, God. Okay.
I was picking a draw. I was certain that it'd just be 1-1 and we're both scoring our drives. The only one that picked for me was you, which
Oh,
I appreciate there.
brilliant.
But
That's fine. This is great.
yeah, I really wasn't confident on that one. I thought I was going to get some play. Well, I did end up with only 7 players in the second half
Yeah.
on the pitch, but it just wasn't critical to the game in the end.
No. Well, great result. Well done. Um,
Yeah, very happy.
okay. The next one is Goblins versus Hit Me Baby One More Time. So this one, oh dear, look at that. MVP on a dead thrower. I mean, that's good in a way because it's a thrower, they're useless. But a bitter pill. At least you got a few more SPP than that. So this is Broccoli's irritatingly named High Elf Team Goblins versus, I think they're undead, aren't they? Hit Me Baby One More Time. I
Yeah,
can't
C
remember.
perverts,
Coach C
undead.
Pervert, that's it. C Pervert's undead. So I'll just get the again the screen up for that one. I don't suppose you saw this game at all.
No, I didn't. No, I just saw the result,
Okay.
and it just looked like he got punched. Like, it didn't seem that complicated. It just seemed like
Yeah.
C pervert punched and Broccoli got punched, and then that was the game.
Yeah. Let's have a look. So, oh no, that's the wrong one. Okay. I thought I'd set these all up. Okay. Goblins. That's mine. Altdorf. Here we go. Yeah, so this is the only one I haven't seen, really. So let's have a quick look. So, a quite early score. So he scored on turn 2, and that was who scored on turn 2. That was actually, yeah, the Goblins. So that was High Elves. So early. Well, I'm playing in this week, so this is good to know. So he's going to be an Elves coach, so he's going to score probably early against me as well because he scores there at turn 2. I'll just mouse over there. It doesn't look like he could have stalled really at that stage. So
No,
yeah,
I think
maybe
once
it's
you've
the
got to
best
that
result.
point, if you're just two turning, that's exactly what you're doing
Exactly
there.
what he did.
You've set up just to two turn. There's not much backing out on that unless you
No,
drop right back.
no, and I mean, should he have scored, or should they have scored so early? I mean, he's got a bench. There's no one dead. I'm not sure he should have scored. Dragged it out for a bit longer, maybe. I mean, he's gone for the 2-turn there. They've gone for the 2-turn there, but I don't know if that was necessary.
They
I
haven't
don't
got
know.
inducements either. The undead have a wizard as well to
Yeah, that's a good
score
point.
in the short drive.
Yeah, that's a good point. I've not noticed that he had the wizard actually. So yeah, maybe scoring 2 turns is quite a good shout. Actually, thinking about
But
it,
even then, if as the undead coach, I'd be happy having
I'd be
7
ecstatic.
turns to drive back,
Yeah,
even if you need to use the wizard to score on your 7, and then scoring again in 8 in the second half and just winning 2-1.
yeah,
If the elves had a wizard, I'd probably like it a little bit more potentially, and going for a turn and trying to score twice in the first half before you lose anyone. But I wouldn't have scored in 2 personally.
I don't think I would have scored in 2. I mean, yeah, he's got a wizard, but it's a tough one because you don't want the attrition to start kicking in, so you can't score. But at that stage, it hadn't really, and I think it just gives you too much. Even considering the wizard, I think it just gives your opponent too long to get one back, and then they're
Yeah.
receiving second half, aren't they? I mean, I wonder if he selected to receive as well, because I never select to receive, and there says unless it's an absolute murder team, I rarely receive these days. I'd much prefer to kick and try and steal the ball off them and defend with
I,
11. Do you know what I mean?
as elves, mostly I would as well. Playing Nurgle, I'm most like, especially with now having Claw, I'm much more
Yeah,
inclined
you
to take
much like to
offense and
take
have the
take
first time to
defenses.
punt.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as the elf, again, I don't. You can't see from here who took the who
No,
chose
there's no.
each side. But
It's not listed, unfortunately. But yeah, okay. So they scored fairly quickly, and then yeah, I'm guessing the undead. I mean, we can see it here. I mean, if we just look at turn 8, sorry. Yeah, I mean the attrition has kind of kicked in now, so we've got 5 KO'd. I'm guessing the ball is probably here. Irritatingly again, if whoever runs this website is watching, then yeah, please update the icons to show where the ball is again, because we got that shadow ball there. That's not where the ball is. We've got a weird POW thing here, which is odd. But yeah, so I think that's maybe where a wizard went off, but who knows. Anyway, so I think the ball's there, and then yeah, it looks like he's just run it in turn 8, which he has done. But yeah, I mean 5 KOs. That's not so great. So second half they're going to it 1-1. I don't think. Well, Dreamland. I don't think there's anything to say about the undead drive. I mean, they ran it in turn 8, which is what you want to do, isn't it?
yeah, and I don't know about the second drive, but I would expect just by the scoreline and know what happens that he probably runs it in on
Yeah,
turn 16 this side.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, did see. Yeah, so turn. This is the. I should click on see perverts really. So yeah, his turn 11. He's got a badly hurt and 4 in the KO box, and then another 5 back in the KO box here. And he's only got 1 KO there, which is a fairly good white, and I hope he was fouled. But yeah, I mean attrition's here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just like it's exactly what we said when he scored in 2 turns was
Yeah,
that he'll
it's
probably
gonna be
just
the
score on
likely
8 and
result, isn't it?
16
8
and
and
hit
16.
things in the meantime.
Yeah. So yeah, turn 16. Oh, turn
So unless
16.
something suddenly happens that surprises me, he's even got the mummies up with him a lot of the drive as well. So
Yeah.
it seems very well. You can see now by 50, there's 10 people in the the box, so he
Yeah,
just got punched off the
He's
pitch.
got punched off the pitch. I mean, it's kind of good that he's going for it. I mean, he's taking a 6+ dodge there in to try and hit the ball. I'm presuming, which would have been into. Well, yeah, it's 2 red certainly, maybe into 3. But yeah, I mean that's desperation, isn't it? Really. But
Yeah, it's just
I mean, it's
why
good.
not at that point? But
Why not? I mean, yeah, why not? So yeah, so that's what happened there. So that was 2. Oh, excuse me, 2-1. Not much to say else about that one. Standard grind, I guess. Yeah, Core Knight. The issue is that the ball has started to disappear. It used to the player with the ball on the recap used to have the icon of the ball over them, so you knew where the ball was. But that seems to have disappeared, and we've got these random things appearing. I think that's appeared because that's where the kickoff landed. So it's kind of logged that was where the ball was, but obviously that isn't where the ball is in this game state. But anyway, so yeah, so I'll maybe talk to you later about that, and we'll see if we can get that sorted. Right, let's turn that off. Go back to the results. Where's the button? Right, here it is. So yeah, so what was the betting on that one, Dreamland?
so everyone predicted to see Pervert win apart from you.
Oh, bollocks.
Um,
Okay,
so
misplaced
that
faith
makes up from
in
my game where
football.
you were the only one right. So it's all ones across the board there. So
Okay, well done, Dreamland. That gets you off the mark. Do you know what you're playing for, by the way?
I don't know what I'm playing for though.
Well, you're playing for a dinner, basically.
Ooh.
That's what, and maybe a couple of beers if Cornight. If you do win, then Cornight can buy you a couple of beers as well. But yeah, it's a dinner. Me and Cornight started this when it was just us two doing it, and now I think we owe Danton 2 dinners now. So you are just on one, but there's a lot of variance in this betting, obviously. So yeah, if you win, then it's a slap up feed on us. And I think Cornight lives in Wimbledon, which is pretty close to you, isn't it? Really, so I'm sure we can make it
Yeah,
happen.
I'm in Hertfordshire, so it's pretty easy for
Pretty easy.
most of London's pretty easy.
Yeah, and I've got to literally drive past your house, I think, to get to work. So yeah, it would be easy for you as well.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So yeah, just a message from Cornot as well, saying about last week when we wondered why one was a 3+ and not a 2+, and that could be the weather icon's wrong. Um,
Right. Yeah, I
so
remember that. Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, okay, that's that game. So just have a look at the SPP allocation. I mean, yeah, not too bad. Um, 11, 12, 13
But really
for
only 8.
the thing. Yeah, but
Oh
really
no.
only 8 because yeah, that's sad, isn't it? He's no longer with us. I don't know why I clicked on him because now it's going to say not found. Okay, Cornut's going to ride up to yours apparently,
Perfect.
which would be great. Okay, oh god, it's depressing. So let's have a look at this game. So this is me versus Engineering Chaos. It's me versus the Chorfs. Thanks, Dimmy. He's complimenting my jumper, which is great. It's getting cold now, mate, innit? Do you know what I mean? So we've got to wear warm clothes. Sounds a bit weird, Dreamland, but what are you wearing? Have you got a jumper on?
Yeah, of
Please.
course. It's freezing cold.
There we go. See?
Sitting in trying to work. Yeah.
Exactly. Dimmy, I've not seen your stream today if you are streaming, but I'm sure in your kitchen you're not still wearing your bloody shorts and like some old Arsenal top. But that's how I imagine him most of the time. So anyway, now we've got 45 minutes on my game, so let's get this one up. But there's only a couple of talking points really for this game, which was bad. I did stream it. I think some of you were kind enough to watch this one as well.
I saw bits and pieces in it. I left it when you were 2-0 up, saying I can't. There's no way you managed to draw
How can
this.
you throw this away? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So let's get to where do I want to be? My turn 8. No, when did I score my second one? Okay. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong team here. So so I'm red, right? So that's fine. Okay, right. So my turn 8. So the ball at this point was, I think it's not where the ball sign is, but I think one of these guys has got the ball, or the ball is here somewhere. I think I can't quite remember, to be honest. But this is the start of my turn 8 here. So this hobgoblin here, he's surfable with the witch and a move in a minute. But I've also got a scoring opportunity, and I've got a scoring opportunity with the Marquis de Sade. He's obviously AG5, so he's a 2+ dodge or a leap, which is also a 2+, and I've got a re-roll as well. So bear that in mind. But this guy's surfable. So the play I wanted to do is obviously try and surf his main ball carrier, because he's armor 7. It's an automatic injury roll if it does work. So it's 2 pushes that I need. So I get the first one, I get the second one, and then he's in that position there. And I think at the time, Tom, you're actually in the chat. So I think you said at the time that I didn't have to dodge someone out to get to blitz him, but I can't. Looking at it now, if I blitzed him this hobgoblin down and pushed him the other way, so he was there instead of there, I can't see how I could have not. Yeah, is that the dodge I shouldn't have done? There was a dodge I think I shouldn't have done. So that's a 2+.
Isn't it if you went south with the blocks there and then took the block from the
that's it.
blitzer higher up, and then you have him,
That's it.
him free off the chorf.
Because I've put so I should have pushed the left because he's guard, which I'd forgotten. So I need another assist to get 2 dice on him. So yeah, if I'd pushed him that way, then I would have had the 2+ dodge from there perhaps, then just to go in. But as it happened, I didn't push that way. But I still got the surf. But unfortunately, I didn't get the result I needed. I leapt out 2+ to get in a scoring position, as you can see now, and then I failed the dodge. I got 1. That would have been a 2+, I think, into a 2+ pass. Could have been a 3+, I think. But yeah, so that stopped my 2 in 1/2, which did come to bite me on the arse, because he again scored fairly quickly. if I just go to my turn 9 at the beginning, um, yeah. So he scored fairly quickly. I mean, I did try and challenge for the ball. You see me getting in there, but not much happened with it. And oh no, what am I talking about? Talking complete nonsense. So yeah, so he went for the he went for the ball. But I got in a good position. I stole the ball off him, and then yeah, I scored on my turn 10. Um,
Yeah,
which
that's
was
when I
really
left. I
good.
knew you were 2-0 up,
So
and
yeah,
then I
I
said,
was 2
because I
0 up
remember
at the
saying,
end of
I look
this.
forward to seeing how you draw this.
I mean, again, what I tend to do is if yeah, so this is a horrible series of 2+s. And yeah, Tom, you're right about the thing before. It would have been 2 less dodges, absolutely. So yeah, that was a mistake. Because I did, I think I used the reroll on one of the dodges before. But yeah, so this is the situation here. I mean, the score is on, and it's a lot of 2+s though. So it's a handoff to the leaper, a 2+ followed by another 2+. Well, a 2+ with dodge, which he failed the first one, which was fine, into a scoring position, and then a leap with him for a 2+, a 2+ dodge, and then a 2+ pass and catch. So yeah, I quite like that move because I sort of jumped round this side and then jumped over that side and banged it in. So that was quite pleasing. So turn 11, I was 2 up. So I set up fairly. I mean, potentially Dreamland. I'd be interested in seeing what you say on this one, but I set up quite far back. So let me just get the board state up. So yeah, so that's the board state at the beginning of the turn. So let's have a look at that. And really, I set up like that so I didn't get hit by any chorfs. But really, do you think I gave him too much space to play with there?
I don't think necessarily. I would be much more happy with that, thinking that he's got to make a 4+ handoff potentially if he wants to 2-turn it or anything like that. So I don't hate that, especially since you've got the potential to react to sort of block it off and make him score on 12 or 13.
Yeah.
And then you've got less time to sort of either go for a third or just flip the ball around.
Yeah, because
hiding into.
Absolutely, because I've got to say his claw pommer was really misfiring. He got loads of pushes, and when he did break armor, he didn't get removals or anything like that. Just stuns, even with piling on. So I was quite lucky there. So with the variants, I didn't want to really give him the opportunity to use him again.
Yeah, the other option obviously was to go all in on slowing it down as much as possible, try and force him to score on 14, say, and then just only have 2 turns to hide. But considering you've lost 3 players already, I don't know quite how many you're down to, but
yeah,
I don't
exactly.
hate having as many people available to defend 2-1.
Yeah, exactly. So he did score. I think he scored on turn 13. Was he eventually scored?
His 12. It looks like, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's.
Oh no, 13.
He's 13. So yeah, blue 13. So yeah, I mean, I did have a chance on the ball, but yeah, just nothing major really, and yeah, nothing really happened. So yeah, so this is I guess the heartbreaking thing. So again, if we go to my turn 16, so again I've got okay, turn 15. So I'll talk you through his turn. So I've got the ball, and the ball's down here in the left-hand corner.
Okay.
If we just go through the different things, so he's moved people up. His chorfs are really out of it because they're in the middle. My guys are all lying down there. This is the end state of the board. So this Centaur is surfable now. She's strength 4 as well, let's not forget. So with 1 assist, she can serve him quite easily. This guy is obviously AG2. His super hobgob is this one here. He hasn't got the ball though. I've got the ball. I think the Marquis's got it as well. He's got fend. So I get the assist on the Centaur. I surf it, and then that's how I leave it. Now the problem with this is he has got break tackle. He's strength 5, so that's I think a 2 or 3+ dodge in. I mean, we'll see. We'll see in a minute what it was. So he tags my other players.
It might be 4 into 3 tackle zones.
Yeah, so that's yeah. I think it's a 4 because it shows here a 6 on the dice log, but that's because he rolled a natural 6 anyway, so he got it in. He pushed the Marquis into the crowd, and then the ball landed right on, threw in from the crowd, and it landed right on his hobgoblin. And I put the picture of my reaction to that on the OCC Discord, and I put it on the Blood Bowl 2 Facebook group. I put it everywhere basically. It's me going, oh Jesus Christ, I can't believe it. But I mean, thinking about it, I think with Fend, I think them all in a line would have been better. Or the other thing I thought about earlier is, instead of going for the blitz perhaps on the Bull Centaur, I should have gone for the blitz on the actual super Hobgoblin Ball Carrier.
The recovery.
On his recovery option, because if I'd done that, I could have pushed him out, which he probably would have got. Yeah, I did clip it, Core Knight. It's out there. Yeah, because sideline cage is bad, as you're saying. But if he was in a line, if they're all three of them in a line, he's got Fend. So even if he gets knocked down, he gets knocked backwards. The Centaur can't follow up really, because it's two dodges, and he can't expect that. So yeah, I think maybe that would have been the better choice. But I don't know. I've waffled far too long about this, Dreamland. What do you think?
So I looking at this board, I personally, like, again, I can't tell. I'm still getting used to Dice or Dot's layout.
Yeah.
Is there, like, all of his hobos are either forward or wide top of this screen, right, as he's attacking?
That's right. So
is there an opportunity just to run the edge 5 up the sideline and just throw it?
Yeah, I mean that is
punt it away from all of the, like,
that is
as long as you can get out of the range of the Chorfs, it's going to be what, a 2 inaccurate?
Yeah, so he's there. So he's got the ball. He's there. He's got movement 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, I could have thrown it from that square. I mean, possibly 1, 2. I could even based up, because I mean that wouldn't have altered a short pass. Well, I don't really want to base up a mighty blow, but still, I could have moved up.
I would
to
have
about
gone sideline and just thrown it.
Yeah, and then just thrown it up.
Yeah, avoid the intercept, so don't be anywhere near it.
Yeah,
and just throw it up the pitch and just make
hope
it
for the best.
It's going to be, well, there's going to have to be at least a 5+4+ or a 6-3 or something like that in there to launch it back up the pitch.
It's a harder dice roll, isn't it? Because if it lands basically in this area, he's not picking it up, because he's got short Chorfs, and then they've got to pass to. Well, they've got to pass to that one, really. So that's going to be a long pass. Even with that recovery, that's a long pass to his scoring threat, isn't it? Really. So.
Yeah, even if you get it on the hobo, even if it stays in the range of that most northern hobo.
Yeah.
It's still going to be many dice. It's going to be at least a couple. Best case scenario, a couple 4s and a 3, at the very best sort of case. Whereas the sort of sideline cage play you've left on is just a single 4, and then just getting a 3+ in 2 dice, and then just recovery.
Yeah.
It's a lot less dice. That admittedly, you have, in my scenario, you have to make the 2+ to punt it, but from here it looks like you still have a reroll on your 6.
Yeah, I absolutely still had a reroll. So yeah, I could have totally done that.
It's a 1 in 36 just to clear the ball up the pitch, and
yeah.
At worst, leaving a load of dice. At best, just winning.
Yeah. And even if I was around here, and I'm just in that region, just before that Chorf, who's on the most southerly part of the pitch here, even if I fumble that, it's still going to probably be my tackle zone. So that's not awful, because
there's going to have to be
because he's got to block.
Again,
he's got
a 4 and a 3.
Yeah, blitz me off. I'm blodge as well. And then he's got to collect and then get it to him. So the failure state's not that bad. So yeah, I think that could have been the right play.
And you could have used the 2 free players to mark up the ball carrier and the bull or something like that, and make him roll some dice just to even do that sort of thing as well. So that would have been my play.
Yeah, fair enough. As I said, the other one which is an option, I think, is moving, instead of Marquis being there, is moving him in a line. So as I said before, if he does get blitz, he's got Fend. So even if he falls backwards and the ball lands in either of these squares, then we're golden. And if it lands on an elf, then they've got a chance to pick it up. If it lands out, then yeah, I mean, we're the fate of the gods there as well. So it could have been the same result, but yeah, I mean, he hasn't got he can't get a tackle on the ball either. I mean, that's the other thing to say. So, you need powers basically to get me down. So again, that's not unlikely. but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
It was more
my
than like
play.
my tiny brain could think of in 4 minutes. So
Oh yeah, my play as well gets your legend surfed, so it's not completely without flaw. Like even if you do win the game, he's getting surfed as sort of the counter to that. So it's not
yeah,
completely like, oh, my play's just sort of great in every way, because if he gets like for the length of the team, obviously leaving your best player to just
yeah,
get
get hit.
surfed for free isn't the best thing in the world. But for just winning the game, I think
Yeah, it's
just
worth
getting
the
the
risk,
ball
I
as
think,
far
isn't it?
away from the relevant people as possible.
Because that's the horrible one. This one here, which is it was miles away. You know, he's the Poleon Claw one, so he's the one you want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But yeah, I think so. I think you had options, and I just think that sidelining when the strength 5 ball
yeah,
isn't having to make another dodge in
yeah,
any, like, you can't get anything to make him have to make 2 dodges to use that. I think it
yeah.
just leaves you open.
That wasn't a
75%
great
of the
one.
time you're getting surfed and
No,
something's happening.
absolutely. Almost as soon as I'd done it, I thought, oh, hang on, he's got break tackle that ball. So
Yeah,
that's not the
yeah, that
that's not the
seems
best
like where
move.
it is. It's not that you sort of thought, oh, that'd be fine because he's got a dodge in with edge 3. That'll be a 5
Yeah,
or a
exactly.
6.
Normally
Or
that's fine, isn't it? But obviously break tackle. I mean, and he did. I mean, let's point out he did. He was lucky with the dice as well, of course, because he
yeah.
natural sixed in. He got the push that he needed, and then I mean the hobgoblin caught it. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that at all. But yeah,
No, of course, like you still had to get lucky on the scat. Like if it scatters all the way up the pitch, then you have the same situation that you have if you've done a
yeah,
punt. So you have to still get lucky as well, but you left the opportunity to get lucky, if that makes sense.
yeah. No, it does make sense. And yeah, and my core knight would be probably pleased to see that my runner's career, my Delph team with a runner, is now finished because he died. Um, so yeah, one SPP, and I rolled a 1 for winning, so I can't even replace him. But let's have a look. That's enough waffle on that. So let's have a look at the betting for that one. So I'm pretty sure no one bet on a draw for that one, but I'm happy to be corrected. If you got
No,
the
everyone
details
bet
there.
against you apart from you who bet on you. So no one won
No
there.
points. Well, that's good enough. Okay, and then let's close that down. All right, the next one is Ali's game. This is Ali Ryder versus a temporary high, whose coach I always forget. So this is humans. Is it on this one? Yes, versus Galencio's high elves. So this is the substitute team that we had.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, there's not too much to talk about here, apart from perhaps a bit of bad luck by Ali.
His team took even more damage in this, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Although I've got him this week, and I looked at the team, and it's not in as bad a state as
No, it's
you'd
not.
expect after the first 2 weeks he's had. It's not in a terrible
Yeah,
state.
it's not terrible. I'll just find it. That's Pale Penguins. That's my team. Here it is. So yeah. So I did watch this. I did watch this one before we started, and again, Ali's kind of bad luck has continued a little bit because the first block was a death. I mean, that's always sad to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he got an 11 on the Kaz as well. Oh no, sorry. I thought he used his Appo there, but he didn't because he got 11. That's just a casual roll. So yeah, he didn't use his Appo there, which is fine. So yeah, his first first hit was a death, and then in his turn, his first block was a double skull, which is just depressing, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I saw. Oh, it was a quad skull, wasn't it? Was it a quad skull?
Yeah.
Yeah, he double re-rolled. Yeah, I saw him write about this, and that was sort of his summary of the game. Was just like my opponent's first turn, blocking to death. My first turn, quad skulls. It's just sort of.
Yeah, it says it all really. Yeah. And again, it's his love-hate relationship again going with the game. So again, not much happened. He had the ball. He didn't really move it forward enough, I don't think, by his turn 8. So he was kind of left in no man's land. I mean, he didn't have. He was 3 players down by this kind of by this time. The Elves actually did manage a recovery of the ball, but what was quite nice from Ali to see is that if you look in the bottom left-hand corner, that blitzer, he's a stripper, so he managed to strip the ball from this guy Payne, who had it, and it was in a really good position to score, and yeah, the ball ended up kind of here. I kind of worked out, and
Right.
on the elves turn they oh, on the elves turn, yeah, they didn't manage to pick it up. They won the pickup, so yeah, that was game over. So that was the first half, which wasn't too bad. I mean, Ali did have one. I think he's got one MNG and one death now, which again versus elves is pretty crap. But they do have the multi blow guys, if you remember from the team. And then
Yeah, and I don't think it's critical players either. As well,
no,
like I
I
know
mean
that doesn't help in the game, but
no, they're both. Well, that's quite critical. That's his movement up.
oh, the
His
thrower, yeah,
strength up thrower, but the other one, yeah,
yeah,
it's just a regular lino. But he was quickly joined by another regular lino. I think it happens at turn 12, maybe turn 13. Let's just try and get there. Yeah. So by turn 15, I'd just leave it there for the minute. So yeah, he'd lost another rookie lineman, which is fine. What essentially happened in this half is that Ali again managed to steal it, and he ends up in a situation where he's got a based cage, and I'll just try and find it. I think it's maybe his turn 10. Yeah. So I'll just fast forward that one to there, and again, and again, and again, and again. Okay, so this is his end board gate state at turn 10, right? So the ball was in this area here, and he's moved it up into a cage here, but he's based this cage corner here, and yes,
right,
he admittedly does try and. This guy is AG4, and he fluffs the 2+ dodge out there to presumably go in that corner, but I mean you don't move into a base cage situation, do you? I mean that just strikes me as like a bizarre move, especially as again if I just move some moves back here, he could have potentially caged in this area instead. I mean I don't know why you would move to put a base cage in here rather than
like why you would move to
yeah
base the
move to
cage,
base
yeah,
the cage. I mean a base cage is bad, but yeah I
yeah,
don't Ali why are you moving to cage here based when you could have moved here and not been based? So that struck me as bizarre. And I mean, the 2+ dodge is unlucky, of course, but that left his cage open, and then the elves got it. There was a bit of a free for all, and I think if we go to turn 14, again the ball is in this area now. I think this is with one of these guys. So again, try to ignore that and ignore some of the green here. But Ali's got the ball more or less. Well, it's certainly in scoring range. I think this guy Bob Herzog had it, but again, the turn before he was he was left out on his own, so he wasn't caged at all. So it was just again a couple of simple. I've got the hit here. I've highlighted. So it was a simple just a 2+ out, and then a
yeah,
2+ out to blitz. So he wasn't really safe there. I don't think he could have been made that safe, to be honest. So it's kind of in block we trust at that stage. But yeah, and then the elves did a bit of short passing as they want to do, and then the elves scored on the end of turn 16. So yeah, so he only lost 1-0, and yeah, it was unlucky to lose a couple of players, but I think really the critical moment was moving the cage to be based, and then failing that 2+. So yeah, that's a big question mark for me on that game is why you would move into a base cage type situation.
yeah. I think that's fair, and as well when you say it's like, oh, it's the guy made failed the 2+ and stuff like that. It's like with elves, it's not. You can only ever just leave so much on, sort of thing.
Yeah,
Like it's not like it's hard for them to get round to places and recover stuff.
no,
So it's sort of unlucky, but were
but
you
not
under
that
pressure
unlucky.
before that by like you got unlucky in the pressure situation, but were you under pressure because of choices you made earlier?
And yeah, and I'd say absolutely that decision to base that cage up was the beginning of the mistakes there. I mean, there was a bit of a free for all. The ball was loose for a time, and you'd get the ball back, but still, that's when Plan A stops, and then Plan B, C, D, and E have to come into play, and you got to think on your feet for them, and it's not always easy to do in 4 minutes, as we kind of know.
Yeah.
That was Ali's game. What was the scoring for that one? I think I bet on Ali to win that one, didn't I? So I don't think that one's worked for me. But how
Um,
else did everyone else do?
so everyone went for Ali apart from Danton.
Oh
Danton
God,
went for
Danton.
Galentio. It's a lot of like solo picks in these. Like everyone's gone one way and one person's gone rogue, and that's the person that's won in about 4 of these 5
Jesus.
predictions.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, and then the final game of the week is the Pale Penguins versus Silver Lords of Altmer. I mean, again, it's my Dark Elf brothers who lost, so I know that's not a point for me versus High Elves. You can see that the witch got MVP there, which is nice. That puts it into.
Was that witch already armor
She
burst?
was. I think she was
Okay.
already armor bust. Yeah, um, I'm pretty sure she was. So yeah, so that was quite good. A good haul of SPP there as well. If I get the right screen up, we can have a look at the analysis. Now, again, I'm not going to spend. Hopefully, not going to spend too much on this one. Let's get that one up. Here we go. Let's transition. It's the last game, isn't it? So it should be this one. Yeah. So yeah, almost the same amount of blocks, same amount of breaks. So there wasn't much in it in the bash side. In the actual game itself, yeah, it was pretty standard really. Again, the high elves hung on to it until no,
Wrong high elf game.
yeah, it's the wrong one. That's why I'm not looking at that one. Right, let's close that one down. I think I put it here. Yes, here we go. So what I was going to say. So yeah, so the high elves decide to hang on to it and then not score until. Sorry, the dark. Oh god, I'll get this right one day. So the dark elves held on to the ball until quite late and then scored on turn 8, which is exactly what you kind of want to do. You can see from the injuries that there's not much in there. So basically the Dark Elves just got loads of KOs. I mean, you can see there's 5 KOs in the box there. They've got MNG on one of their Blodge step blitzers, and the Witch and another Lino are out, but they still, it's fine. So managed to score, not a problem. And I mean, the way I'm not going to go into the detail because it's fairly standard, but they completely got round the High Elves and formed a screen, and the High Elves couldn't really do much about it. Interestingly, I think the High Elves did have enough to try a 1 turn, but they didn't. They didn't go for it in the end. They just went for normal blocks, which is interesting. They had 9 players. I mean, I could be wrong, but this is his turn 8. So I think with 9, I think you can go for the 1 turn. I think it's enough.
On the movement 8, I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, depending on whether there's sidestep on the line and all of that sort of complications, like with the defense. I think if you've got a couple of sidesteppers, it becomes much more difficult to
Yeah, in fact,
do the blocks.
I'm
and
telling you
stuff
a
like
massive
that.
lie because he did go for the 1 turn here, which you can see kind of working out there, and then he got basically a yeah, a block there that he didn't need that could have helped him do it. But yeah, did he go for the 1? It's hard to pass. So he's pushing.
Judging by the
No,
blitz
it's not.
angle, he's definitely gone for the one.
I
Like,
mean, he
if you're
definitely went for
blitzing
it.
that
He
angle,
went for it there, and he's pushed him into the right space. But then he's not. Ah, yeah, there we go. So that's where it falls apart. So he blocks the player there, and he gets a skull and both down. So yeah, that stopped the rest of the pushes, and that's not enough for this guy to reach the end zone. I think he just needs one more push to that. So yeah, so he did go for the 1 turn. So apologies, Gimlick. I slurred you there. I didn't mean to. And then yeah, second half it was a lot more of an open game. There was, I think this is the game where there were two blitz results on kickoff, which was crazy. I can't find it now, but I think it was 2 blitz results here, which was pretty rad. But yeah, so this is the Silver Lord's turn 12. I mean, it's 1-1 to the scored already, but the ball's back here, so he's absolutely looking to Dakar. Is that the right phrase? Dakar it forward at this stage, and yeah, it doesn't really work out. And then
I don't think anything about the Dakar involves going forward any time before
no,
turn 6. So
and the High Elves also had a wizard, and they used it on his turn 13. So the ball's there. So they wizarded him off, and he was KO'd, which doesn't help. Then you can see I'm just slowly scrolling through their turn that they picked up, caged it up, and then yeah, that was effectively it really. And then when they scored, which I think was on turn 14. Yeah, they got yeah, this is it. This is where the blitz is. This is the second blitz of the game. So they got a blitz result. And again, you can see if I leave the mouse on that button there, that they've completely screened off the Dark Elves on the line. The Dark Elf players only got one back for the recovery, and perhaps predictably they get the other, just a simple 2+ pickup and then score again. So that's where the third one came in. So yeah.
And then I'm guessing from here that Rusi 2 turns to get
he two
a
turns
consolation.
to get a consolation. So yeah, the high elf player, as you can see now, sets up in a standard castle, doesn't really try and protect the lanes at all. The dark elf player, Ruzi, he runs it in, hands off. It's a nice cage there at the end of his turn, and it's a simple, maybe not so simple because he has to roll a few dice, but yeah, he gets wrong turn. There we go, turn 16.
But it was never really impactful for the game.
It wasn't impactful
this is just
for the game.
SPP why.
I mean, he's fairly based up there, but again, he's got enough players to get free on nothing too major. I mean, there was 2 4+ dodges, but that's 50-50, and with dodge, you're going to fancy chances that, and then she runs it in for the 3-2. But yeah, so a bit elfy, but yeah, I guess the key things there was the blitz result. I mean, especially the second one, which allowed them to completely screen off the front line of the elves. But I mean, again, look at that. Look at the injury boxes here. I mean, again, in our game against a bash coach, this didn't happen to me. Not till much later, I guess. And against the Chorfs, it didn't happen. But look at that. You got a niggle, 2 badly hurts, a MNG, and a death. And then the other side, you got 3 badly hurts. So.
And I think they lose someone before the end of the game. I think they ended up with 4 Kaz as well. The high elf.
Yeah.
Which is mental considering that I played orcs and we had 2 Kaz each side, so this was about twice as deadly in an elf off than the bash off.
So that's the week. So let's just turn that off now, and then have a look at the betting for the last one. So I don't think I scored any points there, did I? But
what, on the last game?
Yeah.
So the last game was just me that was correct.
Oh, well done.
Everyone else either went for a draw and you went for Rusi. So I said it's a week. This week, I think it was just like every game, only one person got it right for pretty much every game.
Okay, that's good. Right, let's close that down. Let's get back to here, and yeah, let's look at this week. So, let's have a quick look at the table. I mean, I know it's only 2 games in, but worth a look. So, top of the deck then is you and C Pervert. You both on 2 wins. Third place, we've got a win and a draw, and a couple of those because there was a few draws, wasn't there, first game. And then bringing up the pack, it's Broccoli and Ali Ryder who are yet to win. Ruzi and I are also yet to win, but we equal it on 1 draw, 1 loss. So I mean, it's still wide open, isn't it? I mean, you've got to be happy you've won your opening 2, but again, there's a long way to go, isn't there? But yeah, you feel happy, Dreamland?
Of course, like you want to. If you can win the first 2, it's the best chance of going undefeated and not losing any. But obviously, it doesn't really matter. Like if you lose the last 7 as well, you'll probably end up bottom or second bottom.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, it's not too much to read into it. I think a lot of it is just sort of not getting yourself out of it and not being down loads of, especially for some of the elf teams. It's just if you can get through the early games and still have all your key players. And I think if you in the first 2 games, if you win them, but you lose the 6 key elves to your team and you're just left with loners and linemen, then it doesn't really matter.
No. So I'm really glad to have got through the first 2 games, which will get probably against the most. Well, I mean, would you say your Nurgle team's more bashy than the Orcs?
Not versus elves. I would say again, if it was like, I'd rather have my team against Chorfs or Dwarfs. But I think against the division of elves, he's got 3 tackle mighty blow.
Yeah.
So I'd say the orc team's most likely to murder elves at this stage.
Yeah.
Especially since I've not got any tackle still.
Oh, that's true. But yeah, I'm happy to get through the Chaos Dwarfs fairly unscathed. I mean, again, the runner died, but it was a rookie and it was an experiment, so that's fine. I've faced you, which is another bash team. So yeah, it's just the orcs, possibly the undead to go. I mean,
the undead have
hybrid, aren't they?
Again, I'd put the undead above me. I'd put the undead above me in terms of
bashiness.
elf
Yeah.
killing ability.
Ugh.
I'm going to separate bash from just elf
Elf
murdering.
killing, yeah.
Because they've got, I think, a tackle pommer on the undead. So
Okay,
oh,
so let's have a look at this week's schedule then. So the first game is the Goth Gougers Orcs versus Temporary High, so that's High Elves. So has he got anything to pick? I think he has.
the orcs got a level
Orcs.
on one of the players, but it might be
Yeah,
the
so
MNG.
it's just a lineman.
Oh, no,
So
it's not.
I guess normal block. I mean, he
Yeah.
hasn't got a dirty player or a goblin, and he can afford one. So yeah, so maybe I don't know. He's got plenty of block already. So would you
I,
go dirty there? I mean, is there a
I,
case for that, or
I
just
would,
block?
but just judging by the rest of the team and how it's set up, I think it is just set up for being efficient at hitting. Like I think just block, keeping numbers around, stuff like that. I think it will be block. I would go dirty player.
Right. And a double, I think it's no question. Is it's going to be
Guard. It's
guard,
always guard.
always guard. Yeah. So his good blitzer, it's one of the strength 4 ones, is out for this game. And it's one of his tackle as well against elves. So he's only got 3 tackle coming in.
You're welcome, Galantia.
Yeah, he maybe owe you a beer for that. A temporary high, I think they're on the second screen. That's it. So he's going to have a bit to play with here. He's coming in at 1460. I think the Orcs in the region about 1700.
Yeah, they'll be about that. They were 1850, but then lost that level
Yeah, that
5
guy.
blitzer, so that's got to be 200. So maybe 650. It might be a couple hundred in
Couple of
inducements
hundreds,
ish.
which I imagine will be a wizard.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a mighty blow catcher, but again, against AV9, that's not so great. And I think critically, he's only got 11 players. So I think again, it's so variable, isn't it? But I think if the Orcs get the removals in, which I think they probably will, then yeah, I can't see this elf team overcoming them, even with the inducement of a wizard, really.
So it's hard because I said exactly this when he played Ali last week, and then he pitch cleared the humans with the well, not pitch clear, but a few very
absolutely,
big removals against the humans,
yeah,
and it's the same sort of. But against orcs, I think that's a step too far for that. So I think you're going to be playing. I think he's got 2 bench as well. The Goth Gougers. I think they've got 13.
Yeah.
So even the chipping it just means that they're bringing in a block lino instead of a block blitzer or a block guard black orc, which obviously a downgrade, but it's not like it's going to free up loads of space.
No.
It's not like you're bringing on a zombie for a wolf or something if you're playing
No,
deck
exactly.
It's not that.
I mean, really, that's more credence to going dirty player on this lineman, isn't it? Because you're going to get those elves down, so why not stump on them when they are down?
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, I would go dirty player, especially since you've already got 2 block linos, one with strength and one with move. You've got all of the strength you need, I think. Although actually I've misjudged that. He's only got 12 players, which
still enough.
Puts me off the DP a little bit more, but I'd still go DP. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll still go DP. I think, especially in this one. So tackle mighty blow to get them down. If they're still around, then yeah, stomps.
Yeah, I think that's just the plan, and try and keep as many elves based. Like even with the MNG, you've still got 7 strength 4 or 6 strength 4 and above or whatever. Like just try and keep them pinned down. There's not low because it's the replacement team. There's not blanket dodge across that team either. Yeah, I think there's only about 4 or 5 dodge players.
Okay, so betting wise, then are you going to go for? I think I'm going to go for the Orcs here.
You can't look past the Orcs. If he manages to sort of overcome it again, I think he was team-wise down last time, and he's done all right with that. So, but yeah, I can't look past the Orcs winning that one.
All right. Well, for those following at home, I've got to say that Gruff has gone for a draw, and Danton's gone for a high elf win, which I think is bold. But what do I know? Okay, next one. Silver Lords of Altmer, another high elf versus Engineering Chaos. So this is against the Killer Chorf. So let's have a quick look at the high elf team, who did a lot of damage last time. I mean, they do have piling on Mighty Blow, but again against AV9, it's not.
It's not about hitting the AV9 though, is it?
No, it's not. It's about getting rid of those hobgoblins. And I've got to say, I surfed one. I hit a few with Mighty Blow, and they did not want to leave the pitch. But maybe Gimlick will have better better results. I mean, in a way, I don't want him to now because I played the Chorf, so yeah, keep the Chorf strong, say I. But but yeah, I mean that's 5 there, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So he's got 12 players coming into this, and 150k in the bank, so we could get some more players. I mean, it's good looking team. There's nothing too much wrong with it. That Blitzer might suffer because he's only armor 7, so if he does pile on, you can probably bet he's going to get stomped.
Yeah.
Only got 2 wrestle to counter the Chorfs. Or 3 wrestle actually. Looking at that catcher as well. What are the Chorfs on? There they are. Again, horribly, the Chorfs are the lower TV. So they've got 1580 TV again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11 players. He's got 180k in the bank, so 30 of that. So he's only at 50. It's disgusting, isn't it, Dreamland? 1550 he's on, really, with
Oh
this
yeah,
team.
this team is
Filth.
ridiculously good value, and yet I think they're actually still the underdogs this week. I
Yeah.
think that I just think like the stuff you said where it's like, oh, the L's in the last matchup only have an 11, and like, yeah, you've got the 8 armor 9, but those 3 hobgoblins are sort of looking at me very vulnerable to a tackle mighty blow, especially the ball if you can get that ball carrier out,
Yeah.
it becomes a struggle to sort of, like, obviously there's always the chance that with Chorfs he just punched them all in the face. He's got a claw bomb, he's got mighty blow, you just punch them in the face and they collapse, and that's it. But I think that because it's so, well, again, he's got money, he could easily buy a 12th and a 13th, which might change it, and still probably get a wizard depending on what's going on there. So that might be different if he ends up with 13 with a couple of rookie hobgoblins and still manages to...
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd definitely get another hobgoblin because he's only got 3, and like you say, if those 3 go, then yeah, who are you going to pick up the ball with? I mean, all right, yeah, you've got Bulls, it's a 4+, which is practically the same as AG3, single pickup with a reroll, but still, you know, you don't want to be relying on a 4+, do you? If you don't have to, so.
Not against high elves as well.
Not against elves, yeah, exactly. Because they just jump in and pick it up. Okay, interesting.
I think if you replaced, I didn't see that. Didn't think about that, replacing the 2 hobgoblins, and then that sort of removes. But I think if you get rid of that ball carrier, it becomes a lot more difficult. I think that's the sort of key player. If you can get that off the pitch, then you're left with a lot of sort of unsafe 3+s in a sense. But you need also, Cornut's just mentioned it as well, you want the bench for the dirty player. You can't use the dirty player if you've only got 11. So there's no way he doesn't go up to at least 12. I'd probably go 13, and you probably still have room for a wizard on top of that, or a bribe if you don't want to go into your bank.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I think you're right. But go on, I'll let you go first because I think it's clear who I'm going to bet on. Who do you think is going to win this one? I'll get the Silver Lords up again so you can have a look at them.
I'm going to... I went with the High Elves last week and it sort of paid off in the prediction, so I think I want to stick with them. But obviously, it's a horrible match. That Chorf team is just a horrible matchup all the time.
For them.
It's just, there's like a pretty significant chance that they just win off the bat if you just get the removals. It doesn't.
Yeah, if they melt, then it's all over, isn't it? Absolutely.
But I'm going to go with the Elves. I'm going to stick with my first thought.
Good work. Well, again, it's a surprise to some. I'm going to go with the Chorfs. I'm the only one. Everyone else has gone with the High Elves as well. So you must have been convincing in your argument there, Dreamland, which is which is good. Okay, so the next one again is Dark Elves, and that's the Pale Penguins versus Hit Me Baby One More Time, which is the current league leaders. They are the Undead team, coached by C Pervert. So let's have a quick. Oh, I should see who's at home first. So it's the Penguins, right? So the Penguins are. Dark Elf.
They are beaten up.
Yeah, he's had a rough couple of games, hasn't he? Here we go. So yeah, they're now, I think, coming in at the lowest TV of the division, 1420. Yeah, that's a Dark Elf team that's been through the mill, isn't it? 8 players for his next game. I mean, what's left is quite good, but even so,
yeah. I mean, he's got a ball sacker and he's got a great recovery piece. So with elves, that's sort of the two key things you want to play,
isn't it? Really,
you've got the opportunity to go and get the ball at any time, and you've got someone that's pretty good at going and getting it back. So there's always the opportunity for the turnover. But again, against undead, you don't hate having just loners to throw in front of the mummies a little bit and just let them just punch loners the whole time and keep them
Yeah,
away from anything relevant. In the matchup, I don't. It's not the worst matchup to have
it's not the worst
the
one.
loner
Again,
players.
if we have a quick look at C Pervert's team, I mean, what's nice for from an elf perspective is that neither of his mummies have tackle. So I mean, it's okay. They're going to hit you. They got mighty blow, but what they're going to do against blodgers, not a great deal. But
They're easy to strand. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean the whites piling on mighty blow tackle, which is horrible for an elf team to face. He's got strip on one of the ghouls, and dark elves are one of those teams that we don't have a sure hands carrier unless you pick it as a skill. So yeah, I mean again it's hard to bet on Ruzi for this one because I think everything he's bringing, the undead can counter it in a way. I know you could say that for every game, but Ruzi will have nearly 300 in inducements. He's 280, so I imagine he'll get a wizard. He might get some mercs, or he might go for who's the strength hubris, isn't it? The strength 4 star player.
Moranian. Oh no, not for Dark Elf. Sorry, that's high.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably. I can't remember off the top of my head.
yeah. I think it's hubris. I think he's 220, so that still gives him a bit. He's got 90k in the bank, but I probably wouldn't buy a lineman for this game because you want to be saving that just in case anything horrible happens to his 3 good players.
What you want to try and start building it back up again? I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe after this game. But
Yeah.
hubris is.
Oh yeah,
260.
I wouldn't spend any bank. I would probably just go wizard and then
Yeah,
probably a bench, an extra merc or something like that, just to have something to hit. Or if you've got room for one of the cheaper stars,
yeah,
then maybe that
exactly.
as well. But
Exactly.
oh yeah, sorry, Cornight's pointed that out, and I hadn't thought about that. He's got 3 loners, so that's
so
an
it'll be
extra
higher,
210
actually.
in money. I completely didn't think about that. So
Yeah,
it's actually
same
only
here.
probably a babe or something like that once you've
That's
added
crap,
it all
isn't
up
it? So but he's 1630 approximately.
against 1700.
That's crap.
Yeah, so that completely ignore all of that. It's
Yeah,
just
so
a
ignore
babe.
all of that, and
Yeah.
it's just a babe. Which again against this undead team because he's got bent, so he's going to be fouling as well. Although he doesn't. Oh, he does have a dirty player, Skellington, of course. Yeah, again I can't rate. I hate to do it to a brother who follows Kane, but yeah, I can't see. Thanks, Corner. I can't see the Dark Elves overcoming this, which probably means they'll win 3-0 this week. And the first time I don't bet on them. But yeah, I think I'm going to go for an undead win for this one. Dreamland.
Yeah, I
what do you
agree.
think?
I think the Dark Elves will have a chart like with the Saka they have and the recovery they have. They will have, I reckon, one chance to sort of get a turnover score before the AV6 Witch
Yeah.
descends into dust. But it's obviously possible they could score twice in the first half, and then undead aren't the quickest. It's not like they have the easiest 2-turn or anything like that. But I'd still go undead. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, more people have gone for Ruzi than me and you, so I think everyone else has gone for a Ruzi win, apart from Core Knight who's gone for a draw. It looks like so. So yeah, but yeah, I don't think there's enough there. Although it's 2AG5, isn't it? That's the key.
It's going to be that. That's the play that's going to you're going to have is that you sack with the Witch Elf and recover with the Blitzer and hope to sort of get a turnover score there. But yeah, it's obviously possible, and I've played Rusi a couple of times in
He knows
CCL,
what he's doing,
and he's obviously he's a very definitely he's a better coach than me. So you'd hate to pick against it, but I just think there's such a gap in the teams there at the moment.
Yeah, Corner's just saying he's voted Ruzi because of his coaching level, and saying that mitigates the killingness of the undead. So he's gone for a draw for that one. But
that's completely fair. I'm on the same path, but I think the team's just that much extra better. I think the team is just so much better. And now I know there's no real inducements. I think it's going to be hard.
Yeah. Okay, next one is you. So you're playing Ali Ryder's human team, who's again been through the mill a bit, and coach-wise has taken a bit of a knock with unlikely dicings and so on. Although, as we said, don't make a base cage. That's never good. So he's going to come in with about 300 and something inducements?
I've got a big bank as well.
Oh, right, okay, so that's going to come down. And he's missing for this game his strength 4 thrower. Apart from that, it's not really changed that much from previous weeks. So again, block ogre, maybe is that new? I can't remember. But that's a good
He's on 31, so it could be.
Yeah. A block ogre, that's nice. AG4 blitzer, who famously failed a dodge last game and probably cost Ali Ryder the game, to be honest. One rookie blitzer, two fairly good catchers, one movement 9, so I guess you've got to watch out for that. And the rest is just, rookies more or less. He's only got 30k in the bank, so he'll get the full amount. You have got 220, so you got 70 in there, so you're 1840, right? So you're 1850, right? 1850.
Assuming I don't spend it on anything.
Yeah. So
270
in
inducements.
I knew someone was better at maths than me. So so he'll have 270, which is a wizard, possibly a star. I don't know. But your team is coming along nicely, I'd say. And anything to say about your team? I mean, you've got the claw as the newest thing. I don't think you got any levels after the last game.
No, I didn't really get anything out of it. So leveled in the last game, and then just put more SPP on the 3 main players of the team in the last. Like the claw mighty got 2 Kaz, and the super rotter scored the touchdown. It was sort of
Propine's
not great in that sense.
Not far off 51, is he? What you thinking for 51 if he gets there?
Sure hands. I think if it was not last 2 sure hands kick-off return, sure hands first, just because.
Yeah, just makes it easier, isn't it?
Well, there's a lot of strip with elves in the league as well.
Yeah. Okay. So fairly strong against Ali. Let's have a look at the guard. So you got 4 guard against.
He's only got 2, I think. Oh no, the ogre as well. So maybe it's 3. It's quite guard-like considering the
4 guard, but one is
5.
On
5. Oh no,
one is on 4. A catcher. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, but one is on a catcher, so he's not going to be using that too much.
Well, I actually think he probably would use that more because I've got no tackle and it's blodge step.
Ah.
So although I can 3D it with claw mighty blow, so that's high risk, high reward sort of thing. Is that I can hit that quite easily with 3 dice, but I haven't got much. I'd have to just roll pals in that situation. So the fact it's sidestep and blodge would lean to that being much more useful, but it's high risk. But it's a very it's a difficult one.
It's a really difficult one, isn't it? Yeah.
He's got Edge 4. He's gonna have a wizard, but if I can just get him pinned down into sort of getting bogged down into the bash war, I've obviously outstrength and I've equal guard and outstrength sort of thing. That's sort of the plan. Is just getting bogged down and try and remove them.
Yeah,
there's a lot of unskilled players for me to hit.
Yeah.
Sort of, and just whittle numbers.
Yeah, a couple of removals, and you'll be well away.
Although Ali is due to dice someone, I think it would be fair to say.
Yeah, he's absolutely due some positive dice, isn't he? So
but I wouldn't be surprised in that. It's not like it's very much a one plan strategy here.
Yeah.
Like until I can start getting, I need the Rackle. I need to get that Pestigore leveled up and need to start getting some more skills there to give me more utility. Because at the moment it is very much punch things, hope to score and not concede and win 1-0.
I mean, you're probably going to be facing a wizard. So are
Definitely.
you not going to carry on Propine? What's your plan for that? Are you going to use a different one or use a pest maybe? And
I'll probably use a pest
in the wings kind of thing.
I would say so. I don't, especially. He's got the Edge 4 recovery, and it's a rotter with armor 8. It's just asking to blow up at any moment. Like, we're very reliant on him at the moment, but he's just asking to get blown up at something. So probably it depends on if he obviously takes the wizard and what other inducements he gets as well.
Yeah.
If it's just the wizard, maybe I want the Pestigores around to sort of screen off more. But the thought of getting him lightning bolted fills me a little bit with terror because at the moment he's the only thing close to a ball. It's not like we have any movement anywhere else or anything like that for a natural, building a second ball carrier.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I guess I should go first because it's your game. But I think you've got enough to overcome Ali, and I think on coaching ability as well. That's also tending me towards you, Dreamland. So another vote of confidence from me this week.
I was going to say, I think that's the
What do
first
you
time I've
think?
ever been picked based on coaching ability rather than just
Well, yeah. I
dicing
mean,
people.
hashtag base cages. That's all I'm going to say.
um,
Sorry, Ali, if you're watching.
I hate picking myself. It's like there's something in my head that always wants to be like I like being the underdog in matches because then
Yeah.
it's like either I overachieve or um, I've just done what was expected. If I lose, it's just like, oh well, I was expected to lose, and if I win, I've overachieved. But I feel like I'm going to pick myself this week. I think the human team's been beaten up, and it's not the week to turn it around. I'm hoping.
No,
I'm
hopefully not.
hoping that. Hopefully, he turns it around next week. I'm not.
Yeah, yeah. We don't
Would
wish.
like him not to have a 0-9 season, but hopefully it's not this week that he recovers.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It'll be against me. Don't worry. So yeah. So again, Cornight's gone for a draw. So explain yourself, Cornight, in the chat, and everyone else has gone for you as well, Dreamland. So yeah, that's fine.
Perfect.
Okay, right. Last game, which is me versus the Goblins, the irritatingly named High Elf team. So let's have a look at this. I'm at home, so I'll look at my team first. I've got a level on Chain, so let's see what he's got. Just a normal. I can't really think of anything other than I was going to say dodge, but looking at I've only got one tackle, but he's a lineman, so yeah, probably blodge him up because it's just be easier to reposition, I think. So yeah, unless anyone's got anything to say, I'm probably going to go for blodge. Get him blodged up, to be honest.
I always just would, unless there's a really specific need for something else on an elf lineman, like unless you're really needing it to serve another purpose, or maybe like a solitary kick piece.
Which
I would
got.
always just
Number
blodge
10.
them.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
blodge them. He'll be fine with blodge. Yeah, so I mean, the team's in good shape. I've only got 20k in the bank, so it's not like I can do much about it. But yeah, I've got all four blitzers. They're all blodged up apart from the guard one, who's obviously not yet because he got guard as second level, which is good, but doesn't have tackle yet. I've got a Blackle Mighty Blow sidestep blitzer. So yeah, so not looking too bad. 1770 I'm at. Broccoli's just underneath me, so he's going to come in at 1650, so that's going to be 120. And he's got 150 in the bank, so I imagine I'll be facing a wizard here as well. Got one kind of killer who hasn't got guard though. Hasn't got block, sorry, really, and is also AV6. So I'm not too worried about that. And only got one tackle, which is good, but it is on a rackle piece as well, so I've got to be careful of that. Stat-wise, again, he's got an AG5 thrower, so yeah, I maybe can expect a bit of DACA perhaps. But yeah, I'm not too worried. I mean, I bet on myself obviously to win this one, but yeah, what do you think, Dreamland?
I still think this elf team just sort of has some sort of glaring issues. It's like it's got a mighty blow. That's great. Elves love having a mighty blow piece. It's not got block and it's armor 6. It's just asking to just get punched and just get. You don't even need mighty blow. Just something punching it and just KOing it. There's another unprotected. Like there's only 11 players. Another one of the catches is unprotected. There's 180 in a TV in a thrower that hasn't got block or dodge.
Yeah,
I'm very much. I love high elves are by far my favourite elf team to play. But there's a lot.
Didn't
of
you say you play
gaps
high
here.
elves somewhere else?
I played high elves for 3 or 4 seasons in Rebel, but stopped this season just for time commitment.
Right.
And so it's between them and pro elves. I don't really enjoy woodies. I find it a little bit too easy. You just end up defaulting to the same strategy all the time, and it's just being reliant on dancers.
Don't roll ones, and you generally find with wood elves.
Pretty much win. But the health teams just has so many weird holes in the set. Like I like the thrower as a thrower if you're just standing at the back and throw things, but then why has he got move? And there's so many weird little bits in that the fact there's 200 TV and something that hasn't got block or dodge always bugs me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every time I look at it, I just go like, this is just asking to
yeah.
lose so much value straight away. But Elves are elves. It's always going to who rolls more ones
Yeah.
in the game, really. But I'm going to go for you as well on this one.
Oh, legend. Yeah. So the other useless thrower, I think, died game 1 or game 2 for Broccoli. I
Yeah,
mean, he could
that one is
replace
so
them.
much value, just so much
But yeah,
TV in
that's
that
a
player.
lot of TV in that one. I mean, he could probably do. He could probably do for this game to have by alignment or so. I would say. I don't think he needs another catcher. He's got he's got all 4 anyway. Definitely doesn't need another thrower, especially not coming into this next game. But yeah, so I think I'm not too worried. Well, famous last words. I'm not too. Thanks, Core Knight, for the update on your drawing preference as well. But yeah, I'm not too worried about this game, which probably means I'm going to get pitch cleared and everyone's going to die. But yeah, I'm feeling fairly confident about this one. I think, which is I know is the absolute kiss of death, but I kind of.
Well,
said
it's
it,
the one
so.
I'd say it's the least likely to end up with no players, which considering you lost a player last game and stuff like that, it's not the worst situation to be in after that.
No.
To come up against it, you can't throw that mighty blow into situations where he's going to get hit back or even be blitzable. So, yeah, I think that you have the team advantage here. I think you should win this. And just to add to Core Knight says, yeah, I completely agree in that. I pick myself because I feel like at some point I should pick myself. It feels wrong to never pick myself in a game.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I agree. There's not much difference between the two of us there. I just think I've got the team advantage.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then he says I should beat. Core Knight says for this game I should win, so he's going to bet against me because he has to, which is valid.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's it. We're done. It seems I quite like this format of doing different leagues on different days because it kind of keeps the energy up. I think rather than doing a 2-hour slog.
I can imagine.
It's certainly easier for work. I've got to tell you that as well. So that's it. I'll leave you with the leaderboard. Let's leave that on there. So obviously that will change by the end of next week. But if you're playing this week, good luck. Have fun if you can, and don't roll ones. Thank you, Dreamland, for joining me. Hopefully you'll be a regular, work permitting. But yeah, we'll see you. Hopefully see you next week. Core Knight, I don't know if you can look and on Twitch and see who's on. Sorry, Dreamland, I spoke over you at the end. Anything you want to say or any shout outs you want to give?
I just said thank you. I didn't say anything else like that, but no, all good with me.
Great. Okay, right. Well, while Core Knight is delayed, let's see who we can raid. If I just go onto Twitch. Yeah, do you know when you're playing yet?
It's not tomorrow night, Friday night.
Friday.
But the factor in that I didn't put into my predictions is that I'm going to be hungover for my game on Friday.
Oh.
I didn't want to add that. If that's like a coach detail rather than a game detail, if that makes sense.
Sometimes some people play better hungover, don't they?
I definitely do not play. I sit there and get really dice whiny because I can't focus on actually playing better.
Okay, well, there's not many people on Blood Bowl 2 at the moment. So Art's doing a review of Champion Cup replays. So I guess really we should send people to more Plovac, who's playing Lizards, I think, in CCL. So let's go and raid them. More Plovac. I think I spelled that correctly. Yeah. All right. So thanks, Tom. Thanks, Core Knight. Thank you again, Dreamland. Thanks to everyone else who gets this far and makes it. Again, say the same as every week. Good luck and have fun. Bye.
Bye.
Cool. That's done. Let me just press the button here.